The other day I was having a look at the characters ao and tu, and a weird and vivid flashback came to me. It never occurred to me that all the Tetris blocks kind of look like Chinese characters. Now, if you played as much Tetris as I did as a kid, these characters are going to be super easy for you, and as well as being easy, they're going to make a lot of sense. We'll start with something very easy. Do you remember the long bar in the Tetris game? Now, by the end of this video, you'll know a minimum of 3 Chinese characters. I'm gonna cheat a bit because the 3 Chinese characters are going to be 1, 2, 3. There you go, you know 3 Chinese characters. Now, let's move on to this little block. It looks exactly like the Chinese character tu. What do you think the character tu might mean? Imagine you're walking down the road and suddenly there's a little bump. The character tu means to stick out, or if something's protruding, it's convexed. So you could say 奇怪，地上怎么凸起来一块? The opposite of convexed is concave. So can you guess what this character means? It's pretty obvious, right? It means if something has a bit of a hole in it. So if Captain America were to punch a wall, you could say 美国队长打了墙壁一拳，墙壁凹下去了. The best thing about 凹 and 凸 is that you can use them together to describe rugged or uneven surfaces. 马路凹凸不平，真难走。我脸上长了痘痘，凹凹凸凸的，真丑。Now let's move on to the final set of characters that came to me in my Tetris flashback. Tian and Kou. All the Tetris blocks were made up of these little squares, and we have just the character for you in Chinese, and that's Kou. Kou means mouth. Used more literally, if you wanted to talk about having a mouth full of something, you could say 看起来好好吃，我真想吃一口。It looks so good, I'd really like to have a mouth full. Used more figuratively, kou can mean an entry or an entry point. That's why we use the word 门口 for a doorway, 路口 or 巷口 for the top of the road, right? Where you would enter into that road or that lane. Kou. If you see a cross inside of a kou, that's the character Tian. Tian means field or farm, and you can almost see the produce popping out of all the little squares in the farm or all the various fields. Tian is also a surname. It's actually my surname. 大家好，我姓田，田地的田。When you first start learning Chinese characters, they can feel like such intangible squiggles. But in fact, Chinese characters are all around you and they make a lot of sense, just like the characters for 1, 2, 3 or 凹 and 凸. You can draw inspiration to help you remember characters from everyday life objects, and yes, even Tetris. All this talk of Tetris, and I haven't taught you how to say Tetris in Chinese. It's 俄罗斯方块 or 俄罗斯方块. Russian blocks or Russian cubes. I bet you never knew Tetris was a Russian game. It was invented by Russian video game designer Alexei Patizhnov in the 1980s. And there's an anecdote for your next dinner party. You're welcome. 不客气.
If you like that video, subscribe to our channel and give the video a thumbs up.
Go check out the description below to see how you can practice what we've learned on Skritter.
Also, check out our Instagram channel where we make daily flashcards for HSK 1 through 3.
What do you think these Tetris blocks look like in Chinese? Do you know any characters that look really similar to each other, just like ao and tu Tell us in the comments below. And finally, stay tuned for more videos from Skritter.